So these are all Jiu Jitsu movements today. The same circuit that we've been working. They're all 1 minute with as minimal rest between as possible, okay? So that was 1 round. Earlier we were doing 5 rounds total. So that first one's gonna be mimicking coming up without being able to do a full technical stand with your hand on the mat. So maybe our grips were needed on the collar and the sleeve, or an ankle pick situation where it's hard to get up without using our hand. So really working the core and the hips here. So you're just gonna tuck 1 foot in, make sure your weight isn't over the middle. You wanna lean over that knee, and then use your remaining leg to help drive you forward with your hip coming up, okay? In Jiu-Jitsu, we'd probably come up with the grip and then start working forward with the knee slice, but just to get the most out of this one, we're gonna do a hip, like a pelvic extension at the end. So when you come in here, on your toes, everything's good, we're gonna just hip through. And then don't drop down. Go ahead and use the muscles to help lower you down. So you come up, the more tight you get, it's gonna be tough, but we're gonna help ourselves get down without using our hands. That's the big thing. If you need a bit of a progression, like starting out, maybe use your hand at first. Both hands can help you, okay? Maybe you just need 1 hand, but you really wanna get to the point where you can come up with both your hands, doing whatever they're doing in the match, and you can come up on your own. Okay, so a lot of you are probably already doing that without even realizing it. And again, if you're having trouble there, it's not just about tucking that foot in, because it's still hard to get up. Your leg's in the way. Go ahead and lean to that down knee, and this leg helps get you up, okay? You're coming over that knee right there, up and squeezing through. Okay, now the second one here. The second one was just some hip up triangles. So yeah, you see these a lot with people showing the triangle drill. I guess the big detail would be, when we teach these at JTA, is to make sure that you're actually using your core here. Maybe you've seen this one where people they do a good job of locking the triangle, but really they're just doing a little thing like this. They just kind of switch the triangle, which is good for dexterity and learning how to lock it, but once you're past that spot pretty quick, you're gonna wanna get those muscles to where they can fire in a match. So if somebody's standing over the top of you and they're making a mistake, you can do your thing and then go ahead and lock up high where they're at, okay? Unless they're down here, then you can always do this one. But usually you're gonna have to go get your hips up there. So my legs kind of start the motion, my hips follow, and I shoot my hips up using my back, kind of like spiking my back up. Okay, I'm helping with my elbows. But for the drill, you're gonna start neutral like an open guard, and then go up and get it, okay? You might see it start out like this, where you're rocking a lot. Okay, definitely the most efficient way, but obviously that's kind of telegraphing what we're doing, and in a match you never do that, okay? So what we're gonna do is start from nothing, and then just go up, okay? You're gonna have to really get good with the core muscles here in your lower back. Okay, don't lock the triangle before you get there. Keep it open, and for the drill, you're gonna get up and lock. Look how there's no momentum. Okay, you gotta be able to get up. Now, the next one is just a technical stand. So we do this one every day in class. This one you are supposed to use your hands. So normally we come up, but now maybe we're trying to make space. We don't wanna come forward, we wanna get up all the way to our feet and retreat. So we're gonna post that hand. Whatever hand is on the mat, that opposite foot's gonna be on. So number one mistake we see in fundamentals when we're trying to learn this one is people put the same foot, they put the same foot as the hand, the same side when they're trying to get up, and they're trying to balance here. Go ahead and take that step out, and we're just gonna do a diagonal line, okay? So your foot is posted, and that diagonal hand is gonna be posted behind you. And now we elevate, okay, framing with our foot or our shin and our arm here. And then once we're elevated up here, you can just come up to your knee if that helps you. But ideally, you want to bring our foot all the way back past our hand. So we lift, the weight is on my hand primarily, and we push back. Hand off the mat for the drill that we're doing, okay? So if you guys are gonna do this drill in a circuit, don't come here and then back down, okay? Do the extra work. Once you're ready, take your hand off the mat, okay? That adds a little layer. And you can stay in your stance when you do it too. Okay, you get ready here. What was the next one? Next one is just a side plank. You guys know this one. Get your elbow stacked right underneath your shoulder. And we're just gonna stack our top foot over. Okay, go ahead and bring your hip up. Everything's strong. Squeeze your glutes forward. It should just be a perfect line from your shoulder to your ankles. Okay, nothing touching the mat, and we're holding that for 30 seconds each, switching sides. Okay, you can go higher level, getting up on your hand, posting here. You can come through, but really we're just getting some strength in there. Okay, and then what was the last one here? Where are we at right now? We hit the technical stand, side plank. So the bridging, there's a lot of different ones we can do. There's a ton. I'm just plugging in different ones each day. The one I was doing today is just a marching bridge. So if it was jiu-jitsu, I'd be up on my toes all the way over, trying to work an angle. But just for getting the posterior chain, I'm gonna have my heels in, weights coming off my heels, okay, instead of my toes. And now when you bridge up, you're gonna keep that bridge, okay, arms up in your frame. And now you're gonna march, but hold that plank up, okay? So it's gonna be like this. There should be a big space. The only thing touching is your shoulders and your heels. And you're gonna march. Make sure not to let this drop. Number one mistake is people let their hip drop as they march. Okay, that's nothing. You're gonna keep it up and bridge through at the top. Okay, make sure that hip stays up. And that's working a nice static hold. Okay, there's a bunch of variations we can do for that. And the last, sorry about that, ran out of memory card there. So the last one is gonna be just your wrestler stance, and you're just gonna keep it for a minute. You can add sprawls if you have a soft spot. Down blocks are really good. Really just staying in your stance, hips low, switching stances. I think the big thing, whether you're big into the wrestling or not, is just gonna be keeping your hips low and your hands off your knees, and just keeping good footwork. Okay, so just of course never crossing your feet here. You guys, some people have a really square stance. Okay, some people are more staggered stance, whatever it is, but just don't be resting on your knees right here. Definitely don't pop up. Okay, try not to have a rounded back, and just keep your form for the minute, which is surprisingly hard when you don't have anybody to hang off of or move with. You're just stepping back and forth and keeping a nice low stance the whole time. Okay, a bunch of little squats here. Okay, you can add in some down blocks and some side to side movement, and you can do your shots if you have the squishy floor. But that's gonna be the last one. Okay, and then we'll record some more, but that's it. That's where we're just adding in Jiu Jitsu movements now for the different circuits, and you guys can plug them in. I think the big thing is going to be just doing if you're going to be drilling without a partner, drilling for a time like this, is just doing it right. You know, the triangles, not just locking your legs, but lifting your hip and working those muscles. On the bridges, really getting your hips up all the way, so if you need to turn over, you have that ability, that mobility and everything, the power. And that's going to be the big thing with these solo drills for this workout, okay? So that's it. Thank you guys, and we'll put together another one soon.